words of inspiration and love. Oh, how we live and what we say, it's stamping up and it's our way.
Hi everyone, it's Pauline from Stamp with Pauline, and today I've got another card in the kintsugi suite. So if you've been following along, you would have seen the last 5 projects. This is another project that I have created, again using the Simply Said sentiment for the happy birthday. I've also used the wonky circles. I keep calling them wonky circles. I think they're called a rounded all dies or something, but it's got the wonky circle in there, and it's also using the Kintsugi Designer Series paper and this stunning bling. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started on how to make this card. I've got the Designer Series paper. I've got the cloud cover in colour as my base card. I've got one of the, I keep calling it the wonky donkey circles. It's the rounded all dies. I don't know why I keep calling it the wonky circles ones. And all I have done is just taken a little bit of ink that was just left over on a blending brush. I didn't even re-ink this. I think it might be Night of Navy or Misty Moonlight, one of those. So I've just inked up on the side of that wonky circle. I've got here the from the Designer Series paper, the vase, the pot and the flower, and I'm going to cut those out using the dies. And then I've got the happy birthday, and that is from the Simply Said. I'm going to stamp the happy birthday on some scrap basic white, and I'm going to heat emboss that. So I'm going to grab my embossing buddy, my Versamark, and my gold embossing powder and my heat tool. So take the embossing buddy and just pop a bit of powder down onto the base on the card, and then stamp the happy birthday, and then take the gold embossing powder and just cover over the words, and there I've got that. Now close all this up and heat set it. And what you'll be able to see is that the lettering has gone from that dull powder look to a nice shine colour. And what I'm going to do is take my snips and then I will get my trimmer in a minute and cut that down. Okay, so then I'm going to get the dies and I'm going to cut all 3 of these pieces out. Just something to be mindful of this piece. You can't cut this vase out and the pot out at the same time. And I've just gone slightly off edge, but that's okay. But just I did the flower and the vase first, and then I had to come back in and do the pot because it's a little, they're too close together. So all I'm going to do now is glue down the Designer Series paper. Make sure the card is up the right way. Make sure my Designer Series paper is the right way. Sorry, Nathaniel's home this weekend and he's decided now is a good time to make some noise. So that's always helpful. All right. So I'm just going to add my wonky circle here using some dimensionals. I'm going to now also add my vase. I just need 1 dimensional up the top of the vase, just to secure that there. Then I want the pot. Now I have gone slightly off with the pot when I did the die, so I'm just going to Okay, so where was I? Going to, since I've gone a little offside on that blue there, what I'm going to do is just come in and cut right on the edge of that gold so that it's the same on both sides, and then I'm just going to cut the top edge of that blue off just so that I've got a nice edge there. All right, I'm going to pop a bit of adhesive here to secure that. I'm also going to add some twine. Okay, so with the twine, I'm just going to make a bow. With the flower, I'm going to just glue that straight down onto there. With the pot, this pot, I'm actually just going to add 2 dimensionals to this side, and then my pot is going to go here, and then I'm going to use mini glue dots to secure my bow. So that goes there, and that one, and one for good measure, and then just pop off the back sides of those and get rid of the rubbish. There we go. I've got a bin just here that I'll just slide that into. All right. Okay, add on to that my bow. So manipulate that onto the glue dots. Now I'm going to trim my happy birthday so it can be secured onto here. All right, I'm just going to actually banner off slightly the ends like that, and then do the same with the other side, nice and close to the H. Okay, and then I'm going to get 2 dimensionals for either end of the happy birthday. So one on this side and one on the other side, and then secure my happy birthday to here like so. Grab hold of a bit of bling and pop a few of these on here to do that, and a third. Might do that over that side, and that is the card. All right, I better go and deal with Nathaniel and see what he's having a meltdown about. All right, I'll be back with another card next time. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
What we love, what we do makes a difference in me and you. All these years of